right? You're just gonna, you have multiple win conditions when it comes to your early game. I think particularly the Poppy Slam and the Tryndamere pressure in lane. If they don't have pressure in mid lane though, this is like 3 losing lanes and the game just ends.
Here
Just
in
gets
position.
spotted.
Jamaica just going to be able to eat a whole bunch of that red bar. Ignite goes down once again as Xiu does land a lot of this needlework. Dashes forward, stacking up the snips. There it is! And they close the gap. Xiu gets first blood!
They play for Drake, as they should, as...
Well, Showmaker is just going to be able to dive on top of Faker here.
He is falling behind pretty substantial in CS though.
Yeah.
But again, we are also going to operate on the assumption that they have a really hard time in late game. I don't think they have great tools of locking down the smolder.
Not to mention the fact that there's a Gwen in the game.
And this is where I think you really feel the nerf to Gwen. Right, the delay, the reduced slow is actually a big deal.
It is. He's so calm when he's saying, that was a sick play, Lucid.
Thank you,
really
Lucid.
good job.
That's awesome.
Lot of inclusivity there.
There is no TP for either, so they shouldn't be able to join.
All right, the setup's there for the Ivern, and there's the trigger seed. They get the heroic charge as well. And boom goes the Trundle. Mum comes down as well. And Gumayushi's level 6 has the Featherstorm. But I think the weather's looking pretty clear for DK as Doran having to get out of there. Daisy's upset. And DK in a phenomenal position at the start of Game 5.
Yeah, I don't really know how to parse that, Atlas. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. They're gonna go for the dive on Doran. Showmaker still has ult. He can just take aggro.
Exactly. And Doran is going to be able to press his dominance button, but that is Feats of Warfare secured as Smolder collects the kill. 1-0-1 for the Little Dragon.
Trundle.
Yeah.
I mean, Doran doesn't get to play the video game here, right? As Xiu might be in trouble.
All right, in live, we can see Faker will be able to kill the Gwen.
All right, I take back, they do get the cross map. The test is, but Doran isn't here yet. They're going to give this one up. That's so much time. This is just 5-minute spot for DK if they end up having a bad mid-game fight, which...
We'll have to see what the soul is going to be. We haven't had a Hex Tech today. It's a little bit of a worry. Faker going to move towards this outer turret towards the bottom side. A Showmaker not going to get slowed down by that gravity field too much. And I really have to, like, because it wasn't good setup, was it? Like, it made it sound like I knew.
They're going to get first turret blood.
Yeah, T1 just going to be able to come on over here and grab it.
Ooh, that's going to be big gold swing.
Could be a decent one.
It'll be a trade, so maybe not too big, but it does mean that they ensure that...
I mean, it's only going to be about 400, 500 or something like that. As this is going to be pulled back as Showmaker going to stop Faker from going home. And Owner is going to turn back up again, so just presses a bunch of buttons, all the ones that he had available to him. And we need history to mean something.
Is Doran in trouble?
Well, yes, he's going to have to flash. Heroic Charge is going to come down, though, as Beryl gets inside that brush. That is the Dominus, but he's taking so much damage. Xiu just gets out those scissors, and down goes the Crocodile. 0-3-0. I've never seen you this dumbfounded, by the way. I looked over at you just after that play, and you were just... What is happening?
I'm shell-shocked. I really am. As that is another kill going over to Xiu, who I think is the best member to get it on. I think Faker doesn't have enough damage to actually take down the inner. No, definitely doesn't this early in the game. So they get Herald, but they give up the kill. And again, the kill going over to the Gwen I think is a really big deal because the tools for T1, they don't have tools of dealing with silent threats. Like, who actually deals with this fed Gwen?
Who deals with the fed Tryndamere if he gets fed?
Oh, it's Tryndamere. I don't know. That's a champion from a very early...
The trigger seeds can land. You can get that value.
Now, if T1 gets a big fight here, that could be their way back in. I think they really do need to deny him.
Yeah, he was fishing for some stacks, and he just gets punished. It's Owner that locks down the kill, and now Faker trying to get that damage down. Showmaker will turn up, and you cannot be doing that. We have to remember that this is still a composition that's on a tightrope, and now the Rift Herald comes up. The outer turret is taken, and T1, they'll claim a gold lead in this game.
Mid gonna go down as well. Can't get hit by that hook. Flash was up for aiming. That's going to be Dragon.
So that might help him as the Rift Herald now just going to be a walking ward, but Beryl comes through, evicts Gumayushi from the fight, is now Showmaker Hasn't pressed R yet or anything like that as Doran trying to be a nuisance. Owner will be able to take down the Dragon, but now he's stuck in the pit. The rest of T1 are over the wall. He still has Flash, and he is going to have to use it.
Wing of the tempo vibes. Yeah, he's flopping, but you have Flash. You cannot get caught by that. If you have to use your Flash there, it feels bad.
Yep.
Nicely done by KIA there. Obviously, the gold lead for the Trundle doesn't mean that much as they're here.
This one could be uncomfortable as there is the Featherstorm out. That might be a bridge too far there, Beryl, as he does try to redeem himself, and it does not quite work. As DK now on the run, Daisy getting amongst it as Faker just flashes on top of Lucid. The gravity field is going to stop him, and another hook connects onto the Smolder. And ever since that first hook landed, Showmaker is now fighting against Doran. That's not ever since, but it's a thing that's happening right now as he still has the Undying Rage with so much control. And now it is just kind of gone as Faker going to walk at Shiu once again. Doran moving over here. Shiu knows it's going to be a real rough time as the gravity field does go down. Beryl here to support though, and Faker just steps a bit too far forward. Doran is definitely dead now as well, as Shiu should be able to chase him down. A little chicken above the head was what Showmaker was offering, but it will be the kill going over to the Gwen. 4-1-0. Oh, hook sidestepped, even with the slow. Pretty important. Aiming could take some notes as Strybreaker comes down here from Showmaker. Remember, Faker needs to do a lot of work to make sure that this Tryndamere dies, as he hasn't pressed the R button yet, still hasn't pressed, and then just dies. Okay, that was weird. There's another hook. This time, Beryl is going to be able to avoid it. Spot, that is Otacon, that is Soul Point, and it is feats of strength over to T1. So many things not represented in that. Yeah. There is not a lot of vision opportunities. There's now Faker. Let's see whether this Keeper's Verdict is going to land, and it is going to do so as Beryl gets a big old shield. Heroic charge to try and get him out. But Gumayushi finds the Poppy.
She was there.
Showmaker has to get his way out of there. He flashes away as Daisy going to be going down as well. That's 50 gold in the pocket of Guma.
Got it!
And the hook is going to connect. Down goes the tree. Down goes the smite as Mom is going to try and make a difference here. Shiu is still very scary. But the Baron, it's going down so incredibly quickly, and they just flap their way out. DK, no answers, and T1 take full control here.
The rest of the team wasn't quite there either. And if you're winning, Blitzcrank feels a hell of a whole lot better.
Oh my god, how did he know?
That's the blind hook. As,
He's a genius as Carrier getting taken down very low as Owner getting in amongst it. The flash away from Lucid this time around. But he's going to leave Beryl out to dry, and he is definitely dead. Now T1 with Baron and a man advantage. No more split pushing available for Showmaker as he needs to be back defending.
But unfortunately, neither Aiming nor Showmaker in this one thus far has been able to make their mark.
Yeah.
In a positive sense. And we will see if just the idea of this Smolder is going to be enough. The burn is hitting.
I mean, he really does hurt. The problem is they haven't been able to find too much as Beryl goes in once again. Mom, massive AoE, but they haven't finished off the targets. The flash forward from Aiming, that was insane, and not in a good way, as Lucy going to be going down as well. Shiu, can you tidy up the fight? It is now all about you, as Owner is going to get taken down, and Gumayushi holds the Tryndamere in place and says, nope, you're just going to get kited. That is going to be the kill for Faker as well. That's the ace, and that should be the game for T1. It took 5 games, but they remain in the upper bracket, ready for a date with either HLE or with Gen G. But man, they had to work for it today, and at least we got one hell of a series.
And T1 claims their victory.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.